sharing from the heart that touches the heart. So, I'd like to invite our dear brother Eric. Welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening and special greetings, dear Mohini Didi. Can't believe it's already the end of the month. And I was really thinking, how many times did we hear the expression merging in Baba's love over the last 31 days? Are we going to stop merging in Baba's love? And of course not. I know we will stay in that experience and move into another beautiful theme. And so I thought, Mohini Didi, if you are willing to chit chat on that topic, I hope it's not going to be too distracting. I'm not going to go to surrender, but I'm just going to take a little break from merging to see what happens when we emerge. And the image that came to mind was, when we go to Madhuban, everyone packs differently. I know you bring a lot of gifts to Madhuban and your luggage is very unique. They don't look like mine. And you have unlimited heart, so you bring a lot to Madhuban. I know some want to bring half of their kitchen to have their granola bar and herb teas and whatever. Some will bring half of their bathroom to make sure they have all the products they need to do their hair and their skin and everything. Others bring half of their bedroom to make sure they can sleep nicely. So I'm sure if Baba were to watch everyone preparing their suitcase for Madhuban, he will be smiling. And Bhumi would be smiling too, because she's expert in packing up. So where I'm going with this packing up thing is, if I was to tell you that you're going to go to Golden Age tomorrow, which is, I don't wish it now, but if you were to go to Golden Age, how would you pack up spiritually? What do you think you would bring in your suitcase spiritually to go to Golden Age? What do we bring? What the soul brings with itself to Golden Age?
First thing I want to say that merging in ocean, my experience had been that you become master ocean, like you yourself start feeling that how much not only love, but kind of underlined and experience different powers which emerge from love. So Baba always say that you are Master Almighty, and Baba said you are ocean of love. So I think that's what really depends on how much we practice, becomes the stage of being master, right? Well, whatever until this moment I have put in the soul, degrees of purity, degrees of love, peace, elevated actions. So when I don't need to pack, it's already packed in the soul. Only I have to just go, because what else can you carry anyway? Because you are baggages and sanskars are part of the soul. So when soul leaves the body, soul already had a big baggage, and we know every day what we pack. It's not the last minute. If I had been loving, if I had been caring, if I had generous heart and my elevated thoughts, whatever I had been doing is packed inside. That is why we have to be every day careful, because whatever you're doing today, you're packing in yourself. So there is not sometimes no time to unpack and decide to change, So actually we should be very attentive. Tomorrow you will listen to Baba that when there is If some take attention very seriously, so there is tension. So Baba is explaining how to have very natural attention. So same is whole day if we have natural attention. Oh, whatever happened, is this I am going to carry with me? Will I put this in my sanskars? I always kind of, not for myself, I remind others also. We don't want to take this to golden age, right? So whatever we want to experience in golden age, I have to pack it now. And pack it every day, every day, so that you are full and you're taking, Baba says, complete purity, all virtues, egoless stage and elevated actions. And that's what is in my suitcase, right?
I was asking also because the thought that came was, we merge into the experience at the moment as much as we can. But in Golden Age, we will emerge certain consequences of what we have been merging now. And I was thinking, in the Murli the other day, Baba said, everything will happen through the power of yoga. But we won't have yoga there, but the power of yoga will be there. Sometime Baba says, you won't remember the knowledge, but you will have the sanskars of knowledge. And we will have also the sanskars of soul consciousness. So sometimes I feel a bit like in university when you listen or you learn mathematics, physics, and you don't use it afterwards in your life, but we learn it. And now I'm thinking we're learning the power to face, the power to tolerate, the power to do many things. But all the powers we've been looking at, many of them, we won't have, I hope we don't have to tolerate in Golden Age. Otherwise, I go back to soul world. But so we won't have to face, we won't have to tolerate. So what will be really staying, what will be emerging from the soul, from all these powers, all the knowledge, everything will be merged, but something else will emerge. How do you understand that?
So when I have power to face, it's not that power to face is getting accumulated in me, but what did I experience when I face? Or when I tolerated, then how I didn't lose my, like I still remain happy, I still remain very cheerful, I still remain full. I don't have anything against that person or a situation. So what really I took from that power, whatever soul experience from that power, that experience will go and will be very natural there. You don't need to tolerate. So it's not the power of tolerance going with me. But when I tolerated, what happened? What did I take from there? What did I benefit from there? So that is how, merging and also then emerging is, just think of what Baba says, you have 16 degrees, purity, all virtue, a viceless stage, Maryada Purushottam, right? All virtues. So that degree Baba talks of Sri Krishna. So whatever practices we are doing, that's what we will, not practices even won't go, right? But from those practices, the quality, the purity, that egoless stage, all that is what will go with the soul.
So I was thinking, you mentioned also earlier that everything will be in the sanskaras. So we bring the sanskaras with us. And this week I was reflecting on the difference between, if there is any, the difference between the sanskaras of soul consciousness, the sanskaras of remembrance, the sanskaras of knowledge, and the sanskaras of the virtues. And I was wondering if to experience soul consciousness even more or remembrance even more, instead of making effort on remembrance, I should pay attention to what sanskara am I creating through remembrance. And in that way, it may become even more natural. I don't know what you think. Am I going the right way?
Yeah,
Or?
because you don't, sanskars are not of remembrance, but what did I benefit from the remembrance? So Baba always say that when you are remembrance, you are becoming Sato Pradhan, right? So as much I am remembering, the alloy is being removed, so purity. As much I remember, I am becoming loveful. So what am I becoming through remembrance? That I will take, right?
So when Baba mentions that we will make things happen through the power of yoga in Golden Age,
Mhm.
how do you translate that? Is it the power of purity?
Yeah, power of purity, and also because whatever I have done, accumulated, definitely is purity. That means your thought, when there is pure thought, it has lot of capacity. Pure thought just get accomplished, and time will come in the end when, as Baba said, your devices will not work. So only device we will have will be of pure thoughts to communicate with Baba, to communicate with each other. Like I have thought it will reach wherever for whatever purpose it is. So we will experience power of purity as the main technique, technology, or whatever Baba says, subtle device. So it will be Baba also using that device, right? How Baba's love reached me. Mm.
You've
It's
been
through pure,
mentioning,
yeah.
you've been
Say,
mentioning merging in Baba's love, so many times this month. And I don't know, it's a strange image, but what the image came to me at some point was, if I take a bath in rose water with lotus flowers, everything, I'm sure when I come out of the bath, I'm going to smell roses for a while. And I'm wondering if in a conference age, by being so close to Baba, is there an energy from Baba, like a divine fragrance of Baba, that will stay with us during Golden Age and Silver Age? And maybe in Copper Age, we'll lose that fragrance from Baba, and we'll be going shopping around for that cologne from God that we were looking for. Saying, I missed the smell that I got in the conferences. So I don't know if we keep some residue of that merging in Baba's love throughout Golden Age and Silver Age.
Baba says, no, in golden age, silver age, you are called gods and goddesses. So this godly, internal godly image, feelings, experience, today I was also thinking that it's really you feel so close to Baba and then know really what God is, God's closeness to God brings a very beautiful feelings of being godly. We say divine. So divine and godly internally, like, you really feel that way. And those feelings go with us. So that's why we say God, Krishna. We use the word God and Goddess for them. And it has to be towards the end of the confluence stage, or it should be really from now. You feel godly.
Because I
We
was
say, no,
making the
we
connection with,
say godly brother, godly sister.
yeah, it's nice expression. And in Lucky World, they call us something else, little mischievous or non-godly sometimes. But I was making the connection with, what you shared about Brahma Baba, that he created Baba's presence. And you mentioned through his eyes, through his words, of course, his smile. And I was making that connection as if today we are merging in Baba's love, will that create an energy that we will carry with us? Will it re-emerge in the Golden Age? And that's why maybe in Golden Age, Baba isn't there or we don't remember him. But in a way, his energy or the quality of his energy will be there. Will it be? Or
It's not, we will have that energy,
yeah.
That is why we want
But
to
we took
merge.
it from Baba.
Yeah. So we are there to create that energy, won't need to create, it will be there. No?
Yeah.
That's why it's called golden age, because it has that in the nature, in the souls, everyone will have that godliness, you know. So godliness will be definitely there. You know, I was sharing yesterday in Hindi when I was reading a Vyakti blessing. It's a very interesting, I came to know that there is a Gita called Uddhav Gita. And Uddhav was Sri Krishna's chariot. He used to drive his charioteer. So one day Krishna asked him that I have given blessings to so many, but you never asked. Why don't you today ask for whatever you want? He said, no, I don't need blessings, but I have a lot of questions for you. And so he did 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many of you know that when Pandavas start playing, you know, chess or gambling for the kingdom or what, they were challenged. So he said, why didn't you stop them? You are their friend. You should have just said, don't do it. Then they got defeated. Then Draupadi is losing the prestige. And why you didn't stop all that? So your friend, you should have done it. So Sri Krishna kept listening to all this, which he thought, is wondering that why, as a god, he couldn't stop them from being defeated, being lost. They lost the kingdom, they lost Draupadi. And so the way Sri Krishna responded is, he said, look, you know, I am only Sakshi, I am only observer. But if I am not invited, I don't interfere in karmas. So the main Pandav, Yudhishthira, told me not to come in until he calls me. So they didn't call me. And even Draupadi, when she didn't remember, think of me until she was being stripped. And she started calling my name. And as soon as she called, I could act. You know, so it was very interesting the way it was described that he is there to help us. But if I don't remember, if I don't invoke, he cannot just come, because then he is interfering in my karmas. Because if I don't want, you know, if I have to continue as I am doing it, I'm not invoking God, he's not going to come and act. You know, so I don't know, I start feeling that that's how exactly with Baba is. That he, you know, because we have our own karmic accounts and I can keep continuing. When Baba says, you remember me and your sinful actions will be dissolved. Or if I remember Baba, if I'm making mistake, I can be saved. But if I make mistake and then remember Baba, then Baba said, well, there will be consequences of mistake. You know, it's a very subtly how to remain connected with Baba. You know, I really felt after this month that intellect is so much with Baba. You know, it's like presence is so much there. But still we have to keep remembering Baba, right?
I was actually going to ask you also what's the essence of the whole month, because it was, for me anyway, I'm sure many others felt the same way. It was a beautiful experience, but also a journey in
Yeah.
very intimate connection with Baba, and reminding us every day to merge in Baba's love, to stay with Baba, maintain that connection. I feel like I don't want to change the topic. I don't want to get out of that topic. I want to stay there. But then I just thought, okay, let's entertain ourselves a little bit for being light before we dive into another topic. What will happen when we merge all that love that we accumulated from Baba? And that's why I was wondering, from your personal experience, do you feel pulled sometimes, not as a, towards a deity stage like crown and everything, but more like the deity quality of the soul?
Yeah.
You feel sometimes that pull coming up as, how will that experience of confluence age become your golden stage?
See, actually, we are not changing topic, but what actually I became, and we all have to look into, is personality of purity, because God is ever pure, He is purifier, and so I also have that purity, personality of purity, so that the vibrations of purity and even towards nature, towards the souls, and how everything will bow in front of one who has personality of purity. And the love which will emerge from that, like Dadi Prakashmani's love, was really from her purity. It was not just love, but a very pure love. So we are not changing, but we are moving on our journey. As you say, what we will emerge, a personality of purity. That is deity personality, divine personality.
You're
So
trying
it's
to
really,
you're
it's
trying to
like
tempt me to stay one more month now.
continuing the journey. We shouldn't see it as, because if I had been merging, then what I'm emerging as personality of purity. As you said, do you feel divine? Do you? So, of course, it's very beautiful, deep feelings. And that is what I'm calling as personality of purity, and seeing what emerges from that personality of purity will be loveful bond, will be, let's see how. Yeah, we're reading a lot of Avyak Murlis. Baba is talking about personality of purity and asking Dadis that this is the time you all should have personality, you all have. And when you really have that personality, then what will be, everything will bow, and a lot of beautiful things will happen further. So it's kind of moving towards golden age. Right?
Do you have an experience that you had in the past, either through trance or strong experiences from golden age, that you like to remind yourself or remember sometimes as an experience that really reflects how it will emerge afterwards? So do you sometimes recall a strong experience of the golden age? Did you?
So why it is from the past? No, it has to be from now even. Sometimes.
But I mean, from your Brahmin life, from the last. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
You can create new
But
one.
what
Or you
I'm
prefer
saying,
fresh one. You have fresh one every day. That's good.
yeah, why not? Instead of thinking when I had. But this is what is happening is heavenly feelings. Like internally you feel. Sometimes you really say to yourself, so heavenly, so blissful, and so much super sense joy. It comes out of, like, from our own feelings. Many times for a few moments, I say, Baba, so blissful, it's so heavenly, so heavenly feelings, yeah, it does emerge. Blissful, heavenly, and merge in love. That's a beautiful feeling too.
Is it the experience that Baba talks about sometime when he says to have soul world in one eye and golden age in the other eye? So this double pull, the original and eternal stage that you mentioned so many times, to feel the pull.
Yeah, we do feel not only pull, but you feel that stage, Why
Which
only
one do you
pull?
prefer? Which one do you prefer? The soul world in the eye or the golden age in the other eye?
Actually, both, no?
Both?
Eternal and original, both, yeah. And I feel loveful, peaceful, very divine, blossom, cheerful. I enjoy this divinity from within very much,
So we're concluding this month on lovely and loveline, and this ways that this experience of merging in Baba's love is translating into creating so many powers. 30, I didn't count them, but probably almost 30 of them. And so I was just going to ask as a last question, Mohini Didi, if you want to share what are you going to now take in your little luggage? It's already there, but if you have to pack up now for the month of August, what do you keep in the essence from the month of July?
Master ocean of love, no? Because becoming, when I emerge, then I use the powers to become. So love was emerging as power. Power was helping me to emerge. And I had been really like kind of blessing my own self with the blessing every day. I just take 2 words, whole day, I am this soul. Just 2 words as a blessing. And so in my baggage, there are a lot of blessings. You know, not only blessing to count, but one becomes embodiment of those blessings, no? So my baggage has lot of blessings and Master Almighty. Yeah.
Thank you.
Lot,
We'll
of
do our
beautiful
packing the
things.
same way. I'll do my packing the same way as yours. So,
Mm.
and Bhumi will be happy to know that the packing for Golden Age is already done. So nothing to do on that side, just for the next Madhuban trip. So thank you for sharing all this, Mohini Didi. And then we'll be preparing our little luggage with all the blessings and the master ocean of love as well. So thank you for sharing all this, and see you on the other side in the month of August for the continuation of the journey. It would be lovely.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Mm.